Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah.
We got it! We got it!
New 52 booklet.
Somebody clip this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Comic Talk. I'm Jared, and today I have a very, very, very special topic for you all today. Why Captain America matters. And this video is a long time coming because this is one of the characters that I think a lot of people misunderstand. So I'm going to get into that. But first, I just want to remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, become a member. Because if you become a member, you get these videos on Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays. You get them a day early. So back to the video. So the reason why I think a lot of people on Twitter specifically don't like Cap is because of the America part of his name. And there's a very anti any type of patriotism sentiment, particularly on the internet, which, okay, but the thing about it is that that's a very simplistic way of looking at Captain America. What Captain America is supposed to represent, at least the way I see it, is he's supposed to represent what society could be. Case in point, it's like he said, in Ultimate Captain America, which granted that wasn't the best run or representation of the character, but they did have this really good moment where he's talking to someone, the supervillain, who's basically his whole thing is to expose all of America's dirty laundry. Cap goes, "Yeah, I knew all this stuff already, but the reason why I still do what I do is because I'm fighting with what America could be, not necessarily what it is, but what it could be." So, and really, when you think about it, that has global appeal. Even if his name is America, you could still take it as he represents what my country could be, blank, blank, blank. Moving on, the other reason why I think Captain America is one of the most important Marvel characters is that he is the best leader. And I'm talking about Steve Rodgers. Because what Steve represents, he understands the inherent strength in everyone. How do I know that? Look at his origin. He started off as this puny kid that no one looked up to. He got rejected from the military every time he tried to join. He was constantly picked on and beaten up. And then he finally got the opportunity and he grew up to be Captain America. And the thing that he brings up in the movie, which is really good, is that when Red Skull asks him, "Who are you?" he goes, "No, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn." It's like even previous to that, when he said, when in the movie, when he's talking about going overseas to fight the Germans, he goes, "I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from." So applying that to him now in the modern day, he understands that any Marvel character, no matter their apparent weeniness, if you will, he understands that character could be the missing link. He could be the key if given the chance. He's basically, everyone deserves a shot. Everyone, no matter what your race, gender, whatever, everyone deserves a chance. And that's really the key thing that comes with Steve, is because he understands that everyone has value, no matter their characteristic, no matter what. And then the thing is, Steve represents the "I will never give up no matter what" spirit. And that's something that a lot of superheroes have, but I don't think to the extent of Steve, because Steve is basically, I would call it the closest thing Marvel has to Superman. Not in terms of power, obviously, but in terms of the character. For one thing, it's the character that everyone kind of looks down on for a while. Arguably, New 52 and Snyder versus why people don't look down on Superman. But my point is, and the MCU did that for Cap, because the thing about Cap is that It showed that he's more than just this complicated, than just this America character. Because if you watch like The Winter Soldier, he's against the U.S. government. The one good line in Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America run is when he goes, "When I'm constantly fighting against the U.S. government, how can I constantly call myself Captain America?" And again, that goes actually full circle to my first point, where it's like because he's not representing the U.S. government. He's representing the U.S. itself and the good that it can be, or any country that anyone from any country. He represents the good that your country could have. So those are really three reasons why I think Cap is like one of the most misunderstood Marvel characters. Again, he's one of the characters on Twitter that I see a lot of people dunking on, and I'm like, there's no reason to. Because arguably the Avengers would not be half as effective were it not for him being on the team. Granted, the Avengers existed before he got thawed out on ice, but you get my point. He's the heart of the Avengers. He's really the heart of the Marvel universe because he's that hope. That's actually my fourth point. He's that hope. It kind of like to him being Superman, but the point is he represents the hope of the Marvel universe. He is the one that everyone looks to Steve. They're like, you know what? Everything will be all right because we got Steve. And that's partly why that's one of the enjoyable parts of Secret Invasion. Actually, not Secret Invasion, Secret Empire, sorry, where the reason why the entire superhero why a few superheroes go toward the Hydra side is because they're like, it's Steve. It's still Steve. Either this is good now or he has some plan, but it's Steve. I don't want to be fighting Steve. And granted, it led to a controversial story, which I still take as a Marvel Elseworld story because a lot of that has been retconned out. So that's why I like that. But my point still stands. He's the heart of the Marvel universe. And then also for my fifth point, and this really is reflected in the JMS run that they're currently doing right now. He fights for the little guy a little more. He's kind of akin to Spider-Man in that way, that they fight a lot for their neighborhoods. Captain America is doing that because he's trying to fight for like this building he owns in the current JMS run. That's why it's so good, because he gets like the combat part of Captain America and the more peaceful side of Steve. So it all comes together so well, and it's a lot of what Ed Brubaker did in his run. So that's what I'm going to leave it. Those are my 5 reasons why Steve is like one of the best Marvel characters ever. If you have any more reasons beyond the ones that I've mentioned, go ahead and drop them in the comments. And if there are any great Captain America stories that you know of, go ahead and drop them in the comments. And remember, be civil. So once again, I want to remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and consider becoming a member. Because if you become a member, not only do you get videos early, but you also get to join my members-only live streams the first Thursday of every month. And you get priority response on streams and on the YouTube comments. So consider becoming a member. Stay heroic, everyone, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.